All right, Laura, thank you so much for your willingness to put yourself out there for our veteran job seekers. It's my belief that people don't follow companies, they follow leaders. So before we get into the manufacturing engineering manager role at Zeus, can we learn a little about you and what brought you to this moment at Zeus?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So my background is engineering. So I came out of school and went directly to work for Michelin. So I was in the automotive industry for about a little over 10 years, and I went through different roles there and got a really great foundation on what manufacturing is. And then I was looking for a challenge and a little bit of change in direction. So when I looked at the med tech space, it's really jumped out to me because of how they treated their team. Their values really aligned with my own personal values. So I took a chance and I on Zeus, and they took a chance on me, and I jumped into production and went through a assistant plant manager role, and then I became a plant manager at Zeus 3 years ago, and it's been a really great time to watch Zeus transition. We went through, being a family-owned company to a company that was purchased by EQT, and the past year has brought on a ton of change, but a lot of it has been extremely positive, and it's a really exciting time to be here at Zeus right.
Well, that's great. And you're a plant manager, but you're also an acting plant manager
Correct.
at the
Yes,
Orangeburg, South Carolina site, right? That's where
that's
this role is
correct.
going to be housed.
That's correct. So, one of the things that I really appreciate about Zeus is giving the opportunity to grow, and so this is an expanse role for me, so I'm, was given the opportunity to take on additional sites as Orangeburg goes through this transition time. So I'm currently plant manager of the Aiken facility, still am, but I've taken on this temporary position in Orangeburg to help transition them to get ready for their new plant manager leader, and then just set us up for a good foundation.
And that's great. And by the way, they've hired the new plant manager. He's an
Yes,
Army veteran. I
correct.
know him.
Oh,
Great,
I
great
didn't get that.
leader.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So it's a vet. And so what they're looking for this role is the manufacturing engineer manager, which is the most senior technical leadership role on the site.
That's
Correct.
correct. Yes.
And what are their responsibilities? What do you look for when you're trying to fill this role?
So this is going to be a new role for Zeus. We've talked a lot about what does good look like in this role. So this person here, they really need to be able to have those technical skills. A lot of our technical team today, they're younger and they're really eager to learn, but they need that direction. And then our maintenance team, they're a really strong, fantastic team. They know our machines really well, but they don't necessarily know what good looks like out in the rest of the world because a lot of them have worked here for their entire lives.
Mm.
So bridging the gap of, okay, taking these folks who really are hungry to learn and they do a really great job, how do we guide them technically so that we can really learn more about what we do, why we do what we do? We're really good at making tubes. We're really good at making tubes, but we don't always understand why we do what we do. We don't understand what the resin's telling us or why it's performing the way it is. So this technical manager really needs to take the eager folks and help guide their work that they're doing on a daily basis from a technical perspective, and then translate what they're doing to the plant manager. The plant manager in every facility is not necessarily an engineer. They're business focused. They've got different focuses. They don't necessarily have time to do the deep dive technical problem solving that we really need to get to the next level of performance. So bridging that gap, that's going to be so important for this person.
Well, it's capturing that institutional knowledge from the long-term employee
Absolutely. Yes.
and laying that on top of the new systems
Yep.
that you're implementing to create those efficiencies. And the way I look at this as a military leader, it's called an XO, executive officer in the military, which that's second in command for the team. That's that, hey, I'm running the day-to-day operations. I'm making sure the train's on the right track and on the right schedule.
Right.
Well, that leader is doing the overarching
Right. So,
experience.
I'll give you an example right now. We've had a piece of equipment that it's unique to Orangeburg. It's the only one like it in the entire company. And it's a critical part. It provides life-saving procedures. And we've had it down all week.
Oh,
And we've got folks who are they're working out there 13 hours a day trying to get this up and going. But the we don't have somebody to kind of corral everyone together to work and make sure we're all moving in the same direction. This would be a perfect opportunity for who we're looking for to really be able to say, okay, guys, I know we're trying really hard, but let's look at all the pieces of the puzzle, what we have done, what we haven't done, and really help guide the team as a whole, the maintenance team, the process engineers, the production folks, so that we're all working in the same direction.
Just organization, right? Just bring some
Absolutely.
organization and some
Absolutely.
systemization. That's, I mean, that's military 101. And, so if you're watching this video right now and you're interested in the role, you're going to have some type of manufacturing experience to better understand the processes. I don't know if somebody coming right out of service would be a good fit. You really have to have that engineering degree and some really significant maintenance process background to do it. But outside of that, I mean, you're looking like an engineering manager or maintenance manager looking for the next step
That's right.
for that challenge. Is there, outside of the systemization, the mentoring, the development, training development side, are there programs that are being implemented? Is there like a smart maintenance or anything that you're doing that needs to
Yes.
be implemented they need to know about?
Yeah, so recently we did onboard at a corporate level a corporate maintenance manager that's looking at the systems as a whole. But we're looking at currently our PM system. We have a program, but it's not very robust and it doesn't offer us a lot of options. So we're going to be looking to onboard a new system, and this person will help us translate that into the facility. We track metrics, but we don't do a lot of technical progress projects. So there's the abundance of opportunity is there. There's a lot of low-hanging fruit. This person can make an impact really fast, but it's fun because you can see your results really fast. Some of them are much bigger challenges that we know we have to take on as a plant, and we'll get there too, but there's a lot to do just to make a real quick impact right away.
Which is great. If you can come in there and start relieving pressure for your team
Mhm.
quickly and start, and then they see that value that you're bringing and then the trust starts,
Absolutely.
then
Yeah.
you can tackle bigger projects.
And Orangeburg's a great facility in that we run almost everything that Juice runs. We have a snippet of that here within this facility. So you really get an idea for what Zeus can do, impact people all over the world. So that's really cool. But it's also because we are the biggest facility, offers a lot of different flexibility within your day to day. So you're not doing the same thing every day. You're solving all types of different kinds of problems. So it really keeps it interesting. And I told my boss, Josh, that it's fun. It's fun being here because you just every day is a little bit different and we're solving problems constantly.
For me, being a veteran, I've always looked for safe places for veterans to work when they transition out. And I love manufacturing because you're solving real world problems with
Absolutely.
real people in real time,
Yep.
and it's all physical and it's three dimensional. And that's what
Yeah.
we thrive in.
And the thing about the Orangeburg facility, coming from Aiken and knowing what I was walking into, the folks here on the shop floor have been so welcoming to me. I didn't know what to expect, but I went to go out to meet them and they welcomed me with open arms. So it's not just a good team from the manufacturing leadership team, the shop floor, they're great to work with.
That's great. Well, that's what you want.
Oh,
Everybody's looking
absolutely.
for a good
Yeah.
team to come in. And, in the military as a leader, all you're looking for is good people to invest in.
Mhm.
Hey, who are good people I can invest in and watch them grow? Because that
Yep.
makes me grow as a person. Wow. I think this is an amazing opportunity for the right leader. You'd mentioned that I know you have an engineering degree. This role doesn't have to have an engineering degree, but it would be helpful,
It
right?
would.
Problem solving. If you don't have the engineering degree, having that robust maintenance, process improvement, scheduling, kind of that overarching background is really important.
Absolutely.
Anything we're missing that you wanted to cover that we haven't covered?
I think and you did touch on it, but I think also just having a little bit of exposure to that business piece of the puzzle, and being able to take that technical piece and then also be able to take it into a conference room and have a conversation of how it's gonna impact the bottom line result. So that would definitely be helpful in the role and just make that person even more prepared.
Yeah, spot on. The human aspect of the role is you have to be technical enough to know to ask the right questions to your team. to get the answers you need and to drive the results you need. But you have to then turn that into business language
Absolutely.
going
Yep.
up the chain.
Yep.
And so you're that translator.
Yes.
Um, there's a line from Office Space that I keep thinking about. I talk to the engineers. I
Okay.
don't know if you saw that movie or not, but
Oh, yeah.
I talk to the engineer. No, but I think I have everything I need. I think this
Okay,
is
great.
enough to educate and excite the right job seeker. And so we'll get this out to the masses. And as soon as we find that right human, we'll send them to you.
Sounds great to me.
Thank you so much for putting yourself out there for our veteran job seekers. Like we say at Veteran Hiring Solutions, people don't follow companies, they follow leaders. So before we get into this manufacturing engineering manager role in Orangeburg, South Carolina, I want to hear a little bit about you and what brought you to this moment at Zeus.
Yeah, great question. And I am a veteran job seeker. At least I have been a couple times because am a veteran. Served in the Navy, coming up on 26 years, and I'm still very active in the reserves. I joined Zeus a few months ago, or in early 2025, and as VP of Manufacturing, I run our manufacturing network, which includes 7 factories in 2 countries, and I also have an engineering center that is wholly dedicated to Zeus. And we build our own equipment and manage all of our processes from that engineering center, and those all report to me. Our Orangeburg facility is our largest. It's one of the most technically complex. We do a lot of volume out of that facility. And so this engineering manager role is a key position for the success of our Orangeburg facility, that team there, and ultimately our entire manufacturing network.
Well, and before we got on camera, you were talking about the importance of this role as one, that they're the communicator between the technical expertise on the ground floor and the operational leaders. But you mentioned before they even walk into the plant, before they even walk into their facility, that Zeus is going to set them up for success. And it's about their training program and the onboarding. Can we walk through that first?
Yeah, absolutely. We at Zeus, we make life-saving devices that are used in the medical device industry, and our products are highly technical. I am still on a massive up and down learning curve, and I've been here for several months. So in order to set up our manufacturing professionals for success, we have a dedicated training program that's fairly lengthy. We're talking weeks and even months in length.
Wow.
So before this position even sets foot in the Orangeburg facility, they're going to spend time in our Columbia, South Carolina facility, working with our dedicated training team and really learning our processes, setting machines up, spending time with the operators out on the floor, doing troubleshooting, problem solving. And in fact, we have a little bit of a running joke. We recently hired a plant manager who's a veteran as well. He just finished his training onboarding program this week, and so he'll take over the facility formally on Monday next week. And we joked that we put him in this nondescript office that just said reserved on it because we wanted him left alone. We wanted him to really embrace and get fully immersed in that training program without the minutia of meetings that will come very shortly for him. But when he first started, we wanted him free of that because at Zeus, we really, really prioritize making sure our employees are set up for success. And this role is no exception.
Yeah, I think that's what stands out to me so that an organization's willing to invest in somebody on the front end. In the military, they teach you that. If you're going to be a safe leader, you have to have an understanding of what your team's accomplishing. So that's great. And then as far as once they're done with that training and they land in Orangeburg, their job is they're overseeing the maintenance team, the engineering team, production, and they are that technical expert reporting to the plant manager. But you mentioned earlier, 7 manufacturing plants and this engineering excellence team. So does this engineering manager have people at corporate or at that engineering excellence group that they can lean on when they need expertise?
Yeah, good question again. And they absolute support, and I said just to this plant manager I referenced earlier, the training may end, but the learning never ends. And we're not going to deploy this individual to Orangeburg and by themselves, be like, okay, you're done training, now go figure it out. Absolutely not. We have an entire corporate team of operations excellence specialists, quality specialists. These are the Six Sigma lean experts that we will deploy to problems in the various factories. They'll work closely with the teams on the ground, help solve those problems, and then they'll get redeployed out to other factories. So the goal for this engineering manager position is to work very closely with their production peers and lead all of the technical resources that are in the factory underneath the plant manager. And as you mentioned, that includes our maintenance team, it includes our tool room team, it includes process engineers that are there in the factory, and then be that highly skilled collaborator to make sure that we are funneling the problem solving tools and methods to the right individuals, and also have some humility, which I think is a key trait from the military that, I was taught and I've observed with other veterans that I've worked with, to say, okay, we've tried everything and I need some help. And here's who I'm going to leverage to get that help so we can be successful, which ultimately leads to this success because our customers are successful.
This, the more I hear about this role, like I know there's a technical expertise and experience you have to be safe in this role, but I think the human superpower is communication and organization. There seems like there's organizational needs at the site that once those problems are organized in the right fashion that people can tackle them in order, that there'll be some results quickly. And then the communication of knowing what to say and what do I know, who needs to know, and do they know it? Right. When it comes to that side and your engineering team and your excellence team. What is there anything specific that you're looking for? It seems like from a personality trait, a strong communicator, somebody that's going to own the order, that has humble ambition. But is there anything out there that they're not going to see from seeing Laura speak or from the job description that you want to make sure that they understand you as that VP is looking for?
Yeah. And I'll go back to the comment you made. A good example is, the factories run very, very well. We have good facilities here in Zeus. We're always trying to get better. But like any manufacturing site, there's fires that develop. And I'm not talking literal fires. I'm talking about issues that creep up that cause our customers pain, or that we have to solve as a team to resolve, to get our efficiencies back up where we need them to be. So when a fire breaks out, again, not literal, but figurative, we have a technical team that mobilizes to put that fire out. But if everybody is working their best to put the fire out and it's in an uncoordinated effort, we're going to make progress, but it's going to be really inefficient. And ultimately, the fire is probably going to blaze longer than it needs to and maybe cause some damage to our processes, in terms of times and resources. So what I'm looking for this role, my expectation is that when those fires break out, when we have those challenges that come up, this individual is going to be able to take all these technical resources, take a step back, and then deploy them in a coordinated way that puts the fire out, solves the problem, kills the challenge quickly and efficiently. Because we all have finite resources, time, and our people's costs associated with that time. So I want to make sure that this individual can deploy that in a responsible manner and an effective manner to get the challenge under control.
Yeah, that's what I keep hearing. It really is that coordination, that calm in the storm, you know, of going, hey, let's just get all the ducks in a row, and then let's start attacking the problem.
Yeah, and hopefully have some fun doing it. I mean, that's why I went into manufacturing. I mean, the challenges that we face every day, they're fun challenges. They're sometimes really unique, wicked problems that our customers come and say, "Hey, look, I can't solve this. I need a solution." And then we're able to mobilize our teams to provide that solution. And that's a lot of fun. Certainly there's days you're like, okay, I'm tired of dealing with the same challenge every day. And that's when, okay, let's ask for some help so we can get this thing under control and done. But ideally the candidate comes in and is energized through that problem solving, challenge tackling methodology that we get to face in manufacturing. Yeah, and I think it's a matter of perspective, and not everybody enjoys it, but certainly I've been in manufacturing for a while now, and I love it. So it brings me to work every day.
Well, it's why I think why veterans enjoy it so much is we were raised in a three-dimensional world. We're raised managing the whole human, managing, so you're solving real problems in real time with real people, and it just feels natural. And that's why I enjoy partnering with manufacturing organizations because I know it's a good place. It's where veterans are going to thrive and enjoy themselves.
Yeah, I don't know many of my peers, that are veterans still serving or have left active duty. If you come to them and say, "Hey, would you like to work in a cubicle behind a computer all day and punch a keys?" Does that excite you? Not many of them get excited by that, and some people really enjoy that. But certainly in manufacturing, And especially for this role, the expectation is like, hey, get out on the plant floor. Go work with your engineers, get your hands dirty a little bit, dig into the maintenance preventative process. Uh, yeah, there's PowerPoint slides that need to be done and Excel sheets and analysis that have to be built. That there's a place for that, but
Mm.
that's not the primary function of this job. Primary function of this job is to get out on the front lines of what's happening in the plants and solve real world challenges.
Yeah, and when you solve those challenges, you're improving lives, not just the lives of the end user of the product, but the people working in the site every day.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, nobody wants to beat their head against the wall or a piece of equipment all day long with no results. It
Right.
happens. It happens. But ideally, we're taking two parallel paths. We're bailing water, but then we're also building a better, faster, more effective boat at the same time.
Mm.
And it takes a strong leader to recognize, okay, I'm going to have these resources bail the water because we've got to get the product out to the customer. It's got to be done safe. Quality's got to be prioritized, and we want to get it out on time. But I'm going to take these resources over here, working in parallel to build a better boat.
No,
That's my Navy coming out in terms of an
right.
outfit.
He said boat, not ship. So
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I would have said ship. The no, I mean, I've known you for 15 years. What a great leader you are. The new plant manager coming in, I've known him for a while. Great leader. So whoever this manufacturing engineering manager, whoever this person is coming into a really good team that is going to support and develop and grow and empower you. You just got to be willing to take on the challenge, right? Honestly, humbly, and do what's right for everybody.
I couldn't agree more. And hopefully, like I said, have some fun doing it. Enjoy the people you work with. That's always a plus. I try to naturally we hire like-minded individuals that we get along with. So
Yeah.
as I'm building my own team out, I'm really excited to have some people that I've worked with in the past join me. And certainly, hopefully, looking for some kindred spirits to take this position as well.
Yeah. I mean, that's why we do the videos. Connect
That's right. That's right.
like mine. Well, okay. Josh, I have everything I need. I'm gonna pair this with Laura's video, the acting plant manager, so they can get a full 360 view of the role in the company.
Sounds great.
As soon as we get those right humans, we'll deliver them to you.